Hello everyone. We're excited to share something very close to our hearts called the Grace Place tool. This is a simple yet powerful resource designed to bring grace, understanding, and support into your marriage. And it's not just for marriages, it works beautifully in all kinds of relationships.
Yes, communication is often one of the biggest challenges in marriage, and this tool has been a game changer for us. It's called Grace Place because it creates a space where grace is at the center of every conversation. You'll also have a downloadable handout that you can print and keep as a reminder and a guide for your discussions.
So let's start with why tools like this are so important. When you make time to communicate intentionally, you're reinforcing a strong foundation. And just like setting goals together, clear communication helps you both stay on the same page and tackle life as a team. So if you're ready, let's jump into using this Grace Place tool.
Yes, let's create a culture of grace in our conversations, helping each other feel understood and supported. So here's how it works.
So the first step is setting the atmosphere. This is where we talk about what we call the 3 A's: appreciate, admire, and adjust tone. Start by expressing gratitude and showing value for each other. For example, say something like, I appreciate how hard you're working to provide for our family, or I admire how you're always there for the kids. This helps set a positive tone.
Absolutely. The Grace Place tool also reminds us to check the 3 T's: tone, timing, and temperature. This is about being mindful of how you approach each other. If one of you is tired, stressed, or even hungry or hangry, it's probably not the best time to dive into a serious conversation.
So you're saying anything past like 9 p.m.?
Past 9 p.m. is out. Instead, agree on a time where you're both in a really good headspace.
So next, let's talk about identifying your top 2 pressing areas. This is a way to hone in on what matters most right now. Take a look at the list on the Grace Place handout. You'll see categories inspired by the 5 love languages, like quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch. But we've also included other important areas like finances, parenting, and even work-life rhythm.
Each of you should just choose 2 areas that you feel are most pressing at the moment. Remember, this can change over time, so don't feel like you're locked into these choices forever. For example, right now you might say, quality time and communication are really important to me.
Now here's where the real magic happens. We're going to use the Grace Place questions to check in with each other, right? Start by asking, in what areas am I really supporting you well right now? Take turns sharing examples. This is a chance to say, thank you for what you're doing well. It builds positivity and appreciation, and just showing that heart of gratitude goes a long ways to set the table for this communication.
Yes, and then follow up by asking, how am I doing in meeting your needs in this area? Or how can I better meet your needs in this area? This is where you can really start to express what's been working, suggest improvements without feeling judged or criticized.
So as you listen to your spouse, even take notes, acknowledging and showing how much this really means to hear your spouse's voice. This shows that you're really listening and that you value their perspective. At the end of your Grace Place conversation, choose one thing that you can work on in the week ahead. Remember, growth happens one step at a time.
It's so true. Consistency truly compounds. This isn't about perfection. It's about making small, steady improvements. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Please don't actually try to do that. Just focus on one area at a time, and you're going to see some positive change over time.
So finally, let's go over the first keys to remember. First, progress over perfection. Don't stress about getting it all right the first time. Second, establish a rhythm for these conversations. We recommend having a Grace Place check-in weekly to build a consistent habit.
And one more thing, trust the process. Over time, these communications and conversations will start to feel more natural, and you'll start seeing the benefits in your relationship. This is about building a culture of grace and really understanding how to do that so it will bring you closer as a couple.
So that's the Grace Place tool. We hope this gives you a practical way to connect and support each other. Remember, it's all about creating a space where grace leads the conversation.
Yes, and we are cheering you on as you put this into practice. We believe that this tool is going to bring you greater unity, understanding and joy and love in your marriage. So enjoy your Grace Place conversations and keep nurturing that grace-filled environment.